Okay, I'm back with a part 2 of the red beans and rice. I've got the Instant Pot over there. I put it on the other island. And you will need, for the second part of the red beans and rice, you will need a pound of ground hamburger meat. I get the extra lean. I like the extra lean because the ham hocks is going to have plenty of fat and salt and all that. I actually don't even put salt in my red beans because I have the bacon, and this is what the second part will be the bacon and ham. You will add that to the Instant Pot. You don't even have to cook that, but I am going to cook some of this with the hamburger meat. You don't have to get the hamburger meat that well done because it's going to go into that Instant Pot with the other food. It's gonna, the beans are actually so flavored with and I want a handful of these because we want that hamburger meat to be flavorful before it even gets in there, and then it'll join the ground. And then I'm gonna give it a little salt and pepper. Not salt, I'm sorry, garlic and pepper. At this stage of life, I don't use much salt because everything else has got the salt in it. And I'll use a teaspoon of garlic and a teaspoon of pepper. So I'm gonna set these to the side because we're through. And then we're gonna give it a little, this right here is that red beans and rice seasoning. So I'm just gonna give it a pinch of that right now. We want it to flavor with it, to marry with it, and we'll use a little of this, of the Mexican seasoning, spice. Actually, I'll just put it in there, the rest of it right now. Yum, 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 yum. These things will take you back to New Orleans, East Texas. That's where I was from, East Texas. My mama, you can smell it outside. Come on and eat, y'all. Red beans and rice. Yes, ma'am. We had all loaded up. Head inside that house. Okay, we've got a little bit of bacon. It's just to flavor this hamburger meat. And you don't want to make this hamburger meat, you want to leave it kind of choppy because it's going to, remember, it's going to go in that crock pot. No, it's Instant Pot they call it. Steamer, cooker. That's it, slow cooker. Boy, years ago, my mom and grandmother then wouldn't let us near a steamer. I don't ever remember, I'm trying to think, I've never remembered Mama cooking with one. But my granny did. All right, that's about like how you want it. You want it kind of chunky. Because like I said, when it goes into those beans, it's going to be married with them. And you want to taste you don't want them to get lost. And it can get lost. That's why you want to pre-cook this. Because just before when you see the ham hocks will go to the second stage. You want to do it for 30 minutes and 30 minutes, so it'll be an hour for the ham hocks. And that steam in that pressure cooker will absolutely make them so tender they'll melt off the bone. And when you see that happen, and it normally happens in the second stage, the second 30, I think it's 35 minutes. At the last round, I'll cook them 3 times. That's when I will put this, and this second stage, I'll put half of the ham. This is the breakfast ham. You just buy you one of those plain breakfast hams at Walmart, just one of them, and half it. And that way you've got a little ham, and then you've got the bacon flavor, and you want that to go into your bean pot. And then these spices, like I said, they are the pinto bean seasoning and the Mexican spice, and then garlic, and that's the pinto bean thing, and then the onions and black pepper. teaspoon of black pepper, a heaping. You want, I would say, 2 heaping tablespoons of this. This is really, really good. I love this stuff. But I'm scooting it away because last time I made a video about it, when I made that Italian goulash, the sound was just too loud and y'all couldn't hear me. So I think I'll go ahead and steam that a little, and that way it tightens it good. Don actually bought me a microphone, a wireless microphone, and I don't know how to use it yet. So I'm stuck, y'all are stuck with what I know. And that's very little right now. But I'm learning. I love this. See this? This is my neatest. I love, love, love wooden spoons. I love any kind of gadgets. But wooden spoons is my passion. And little spoons. I'll show you one that I just simply love. While that's cooking a little, I'll do a little more talking. I bet y'all get tired of me talking, but that's okay. I'm doing this for me. And y'all too. I want y'all to learn this spoon. Oh, I love it. And this is such a cool little spoon. It's my little friend. Little bitties. I love little bitties. So if y'all see any little wooden spoons out there, let me know. That way I can buy them. I would love to have the little ones. I'll show you one. I have the little spoons that I find. This. I have 24 of these. Isn't that cool? This is the same Chinese restaurant that I ate at, and I told you about this. This is the spoon that they use for the dessert. So I bought the dessert glass and the spoons. One day I'm going to make that. I'll make that dessert. It tastes like chocolate pudding, and it had a cookie in the center in between it and whipped cream. So I may not make theirs, but it may be close to it. Ah, if you have to smell this kitchen. I love the smell of bacon, and I sure love the smell of onions. I guess you could call this my recipe. I'd say it's Granny's old recipe, but I don't think Granny and them put onions in it. They just put red beans. She was not a spicy cook. She was just a good cook. Well, I'm thinking back, I think she may have put an onion. Maybe no bacon. But anyway, I've been making this a pretty moon myself. We got married in the 70s, and I didn't know how to cook nothing. I mean, I hated cooking. And I don't really particularly, I only like to cook certain things. I'm not an everyday cook. But you know what? He didn't marry me as an everyday cook. And I told him so. I'm not an everyday cook. I'd rather be doing something else. I'd rather actually been working out in the yard than cooking. That was my sister's job. Those two, Martha and Tammy, they cooked, and I went outside and worked in the yard with Dad, or wherever he was at. I tried to be. He was my best buddy. Mama, she had 4 kids, so most of her life she was spending it inside in the kitchen or ironing or doing something. Listen, you think we've got it tough? No. My mom had it tough raising 4 kids. They didn't have an instant place you could go and take your laundry and say, do the laundry. She had to do it for 4 children. Just that alone, not let alone keeping up the house and the yard and what Dad wanted and what the children desired. She's a good mother. Mom's 87 now. 86. And she is in good health for her age. I mean, she's not really down. She's just a little crippled in her legs because of the dang arthritis so bad. Mama was a hard-working mother, and she still yet to this day does her own house. She won't let nobody do her house. Now see, with this at this stage, that's perfect. Just to go ahead and put it in a bowl and cover it and wait for it to go into the red beans and rice. But it's fully cooked. It's just at that perfect stage. We'll go ahead and turn it off, and then we will wait for the part 3, the last round of putting the red beans and rice together for you. And I truly hope you enjoy this recipe. My cousin that lives in Colorado, they can't hardly do it because of their area out there. But every now and then, when they came up one day, he really didn't like beans, and he liked these. John is a nice guy, and he liked my red beans and rice. So I'll get right back with you on the third part of the red beans and rice. Will be the second stage. You have your hamburger meat, a pound of hamburger meat, half a small onion, and some bacon and onion. And the spices, these spices, you have a few of that, and some garlic powder and garlic. You'll have that mixture. And then you'll have the bacon and the ham and the onions. White onions, I prefer to use white onions. I don't know why. I think it's because I can't find dahlia. I can't find those Dahlia onions, so I get the white onions. And the spices like the pimento, bean seasoning. You'll have the Mexican spice mixture, and then the garlic powder and pepper, and you'll also need some more. I need to put that in there. I forgot to put that, so I'll go ahead and put it in there. The another, I'll say, 4 cloves of garlic. That's going to be on your second stage of cooking with your red beans and your ham hocks. Okay, we will